Hello everyone, welcome. It's me, Chrono JJ, back. Age of Mythology. Can't ever get enough, especially when it's Boyd's MegaRandom tournament and I'm casting Rex. Can't get enough of it. I enjoy it. Hope you guys do. We've got what I hope will be a good one tonight between Momo and Miracleman. There's a lot of alliteration going on with these fine players. We'll talk a little bit more about the players as we get in. Let's just get right into the games. Hopefully, all five of these games that I have are all five for the series. May or may not actually be five games. I always get five from my guy. Let's go into game number one. Every map, MegaRandom. Nimo Noom. Hello. You guys should be able to see the game. Always good turning up to the stream after dinner. Yeah, or before, or during, whatever. Game one. Oranos versus Hades on MegaRandom. And our player on the left is Miracleman in blue. Is an Oranos main, and that's what he's playing. Oranos. Player on the right is Fear Momo. Fear kind of being the clan he's in, Momo being his name. Kind of a relatively unknown player who's kind of got better recently. Has played well in this tournament so far. This is, as far as I know, like his first tournament he's played in, and he's made it into the championship bracket. Round of 16 right now. It's the first round of the championship bracket, so he made it out of group stages. So this is a best of 5. When a player wins with a god, they can't pick that god again, which does tend to make the series be pretty close because you can't win with your best god over and over. So as a player wins, he's got to get further into kind of his civ pool. And we've found on this map some zebra hunt, some elephant hunt, but it looks like no starting base hunt. Oh, wait, we found a boar starting base hunt, which is right here. Oh, I've been here. I was actually in this position in this tournament where there was starting hunt. It actually was an elephant, and I never saw it until like 10 minutes into the game. What's up, Nick? How do you download this HUD? Well, there is actually. Anglinex? I don't know. There is. How do you download this HUD? If you're on Steam, search for Ippert's UI. If you're on Voobly, go to RTS Sanctuary and go to the mods, Ippert's UI. Or you can, during the game, without downloading an UI, just hold Control, press the down button on the keyboard, and that minimizes the default UI. And oh wow, there are more boar. Lots of boar. Lots of hunt on this map. Oranos versus Hades. It's an interesting matchup. I like Oranos in the matchup, even though you might say, well, Hades is really defensive and can kind of repel Oranos' attack. I mean, in a way, like Oranos can't attack town centers, but Oranos should be able to push the Hades into the base early on. And on maps with Hunt, that is very important. As we see here, there are, I mean, yes, there's 1, 2, 3 Hunt packs per player, but they're all, kind of forward. No back Hunt packs. And nothing that's guarded by a town center. I guess you could get the elephant to like here. But this is where the early Oranos pressure, I would expect to see a 430 age up time from Miracleman. And then just really hot pressure, get some early Terma, early Murmillo, push the Hades into his base, and should be able to do that. Do you play AU on Steam, the extended edition, or do you play the original, like old school game? This villager better watch out. Oof. And kind of Kill the Oracle is nice, but this boar kind of a very awkward position here. Real quick, the players. So Momo is from Turkey. Guy that's come a long way over the last year or two. Never really heard of him before this tournament. And he's played well. He's kind of climbed the ladder. Done well lately. And now he's, now it's his time. Prove himself. Prove he belongs here. Beat some good players. And Miracleman's a good player. Other than that, I don't know a whole lot more about him other than he does prefer Greek and obviously going Hades. Miracleman has been around longer and has been a pretty solid player, just normally does not even sign up for 1v1s. He's kind of more known for his team gameplay, and as JSS with his clan won quite a few team tournaments over the years. Team play, he's pretty good. Usually 1800, 1850 on Vubli, and does pretty well. Just doesn't normally play 1v1, so it's also kind of cool to see him in the kind of the final, the bracket stage of this tournament. He's doing the military barracks, counter barracks, and he is deleting his Promethean. That's pretty common in higher level because the more value is to get the scouting and kind of figure out where all the villagers are and do some early harass. Now, this is a slow age up, I think. Oop, I'm pressing wrong buttons. There we go. Yeah, this is a very slow age up. It's because he did not find his boar, which in the end was also close to his town center. Good to see more people climbing on. Sarwan, ASMR for real. Good to have you guys on board. And he's going to grab this town center with a lot of villagers. He's really valuing the elephants here. Now with sentinels, that does make this a little bit safer. Would like to see him get out his Chiron here pretty quickly. Villagers running back. Oh, one dead. If he gets on this one, could kill two. I don't know if he quite will. Kind of need to do a little bit better path blocking. Oh, that's really good. Oh, she just hop in here. Oh, no, he ran. I think he could have got her. Runs away anyway. Oh, and they come pop right out. Like if he noticed they popped out, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get her anyway. Oh, she's like, yeah, I shouldn't have done this. Oh, oh no! Chiron saves the day. What a real hero right here, Chiron. Anyway, get the sentinels cast on this little area here. The question is, will this be enough to safely protect this? The elephant is getting drawn in really far. Oh, pulls out a little bit at the end. But in the end, maybe shouldn't have used that shockwave because he didn't get a villager kill out of it. It'll be a little bit more value to use it now where you have, shockwave these villagers out. You probably kill 2 or 3 at this point. So a little bit of an optimistic shockwave. We already see guard towers researched here, and I don't know why the Oranos is coming up to this tower here. He should know. He knows that this is here, so I'm surprised he's not doing a little hit and run. I guess maybe he wants to actually get at the gold, so kills the tower, comes in at the gold, which that's something he could do. Momo predicting that is getting some houses here. What's the temple placement? I don't really mind it. I would have, though, if I were him, put it here and then walled here. But it's all right. But I think he could have maybe put it a little bit better to protect this tower. But yeah, okay, looks like you maybe considered yourself maybe a little bit foolish. Yeah, I don't understand this. This is not the spot to be pressuring here. Like, he could be running in and out on this. I mean, sentinels are worse than towers. They have more damage, but they miss so often. Actually, they don't, because towers fire twice. And also, this pressure on this gold mine really doesn't help anyway, because you got this right here. So come on down on the elephants. Uh-oh. Well, we saw a villager get killed. Well, I mean, we didn't see it, but we see her decaying corpse. She got ramrodded by the elephant. Now on the back end, what do we see? We see the Atlantean grabbing another town center. This is very common. I would not be surprised to see another town center getting grabbed here pretty quickly, because what the Oranos does, they're just really strange. is, anyway, what the Oranos does here is make some units to do pressure. Don't make too many, and start grabbing town centers. Like, if I were Miracle, I would almost really just stop making units even now and getting another town center. He can run all the way through here. Momo needed to wall this off a little bit more. This is going to cause some problems, and that low HP Vil is probably finally... Oh, wait, no, she was the one that died somewhere. Another one. Oh, did not die. Did not quite catch. Oh, no, she's over here. She made her way to the back gold mine. A lot of gold being gathered by Momo. He was housed. Just have hand axe and pickaxe. A lot of low HP units here. Still funneling these units. Maybe now he will come at this place, but it's just so late. Like, at this point, the large army mass doesn't get a ton of value, because once the elephant is gone, which he could push anyway, there's not really going to be any position for the Atlantean to get at here. In which case, he should just be grabbing this town center and just booming behind it. You know, pester a little bit. Maybe he could have picked that villager off. No big deal. Now has to run away a little bit, wanting to get that. This is a Minotaur. You want to kill him before he can fully restore with a restoration. Looks like Terma do a really good job of picking it away. Get these Terma on the Toxodi, or run away. It's alright. We have 3 Rhino over here that Miracleman is not getting at, and now is going to get on the elephant. I guess there's no reason to go on the Rhino because he just got done eating his boar. But yeah, the way the matchup has gone so far, it kind of perfectly displays why Oranos has the early game advantage. Is because on any map with Hunt, the Hades player gets pushed into his base, and the Oranos can freely hunt, though he's not hunting from those elephants. In fact, he built a farm. And really, he's getting plow. Like, he's kind of has very few food villagers. Just one here, and here. Okay, here he goes. All right. Yeah, because he's way loaded on gold right now. A little bit peculiar. That's a little bit of pathing issues, but that's okay. And the Oranos has split up his army. He's got a little bit of a group up here, picking away at some villagers that really should not be this far away from safety yet. Again, yeah, there we go. And then picking a fight here while trying not to take too many losses. Just pester. The Oranos got to keep him off balance because late game, I hope he did. Yeah, he got hunting dogs. As did. Yeah, both players got hunting dogs. But late game, the matchup really starts to go in the Hades' favor. It's just on a map like this, it probably should not get to that point where the Hades could do that. Now we should see a shockwave. There we go. And a restoration. Might as well run from the restoration. Trade a shockwave for a restoration any day of the week. But this here, this is where I'm not a huge fan of what Miracleman has done, because the Greek army is the strongest army in the classical age. It's so tough to beat them. Especially when you're just same pop. I mean, we're almost at 130 pop, though probably the Greeks should fall back. This is a little bit of a dangerous fight here. Probably shouldn't be fighting this, because he's not quite at, his entire army isn't here. But we'll still do decently. A lot of Prometheans here, though. Chiron trying his best. Ajax running circles. Half of the army is chasing these 3 Terma. But if I'm Momo here, I'm pretty happy with this exchange. We'll maybe lose the battle overall eventually, but maybe even not. I think he might win this, and Miracle should not have fought this. Just keep him off balance. I mean, he had resources to age up until he took this bad fight, and now the Shades start rolling in, and Shades are kind of like this non-counterable unit where nothing really gets a bonus against them. And in the end, you know, the armies are kind of dwindling away, but I'm happy. If I'm Momo here, I'm really happy that this fight occurred. Just Like what Miracleman could have done here instead of Miracleman could have had this town center like 2 minutes ago and fought this fight 145 pop to 130 pop and won it. Instead, he took a 130 fight and lost it, and now like whatever advantage he had so far is kind of gone because of that horrible fight he took. Because he was trying to age up with 2 town centers. I don't like that play. Just play standard. It's why Oranos has been played that way. Now, Momo here is kind of funneling units into their doom now. He needs to fall back. No, this is not live. These games were played maybe 2 days ago. I don't know the result, so if you haven't watched, it might as well be live. But yeah, now Momo's got he's handing the favor back to Miracleman by now losing a lot of units. Kind of defender's advantage at this point. I mean, we've got all of Miracleman's buildings are right here, and Momo's are coming from way back here. And just a little bit of a hoplite raid here, which is so annoying because these villagers are really awful at fighting. Is there still a chance? There is, as long as the Hades keeps kind of funneling units to their doom, but it looks like maybe now the Hades is starting to stabilize a little bit here. Because these shades are just so good. Nice micro though with these Terma. Keep getting on the archers. And yeah, this again, don't fight useless fights. That's kind of what they're doing. But yeah, what Miracleman does, his path to victory, he still has a path. It's to grab this town center and prevent the Hades from grabbing this one. If it gets 3-3 town centers, Miracleman will lose. Because late game, the Earthquake or Plenty Vault, Hephaestus or Artemis wins a close game. They're still chasing. He's luring him to the hyena. Oh, this is awesome. Awesome. Okay, falls back. Yeah, like we're kind of just funneling units in, fighting. Finally, we have someone grabbing a town center. We have both players aging up at about the same time. Both players will probably just jump to Mythic Age, build a market, get to Mythic. And oh, this wall got done just in time. Walls are so important. So we have the Thea. Gotta watch these Toxotes here. There's Curse. Curse these right away. You might as well. I mean, though with the army advantage that Momo has right now, he can stop this town center from going up if he goes forward. Well done. I don't think Miracleman can hold this. He obviously doesn't have the army. Chiron is almost dead though. And we have another shockwave. So this bird will kind of reign supreme here. Not a lot of Terma though. Where are his units? Oh, right here are some. He's trying to age up. It looks like Miracleman is. But I think maybe now he realized he needs to fight this. So, yeah, he's got some Dryads coming. Yeah, I mean, a competition, though. I mean, it's kind of like that in any competition. It's common in chat that, you know, competition kind of dictates what strategies you have to play. I mean, that's true, though. But, I mean, that's kind of what competitive play is in any sport. You know, there's some ways to kind of revolutionize, or not really revolutionize, but play off meta and win. But you know, that's the way it is across the board in any sport. And you know, there's something to be said about watching players, you know, playing the best and trying to win, as opposed to just a bunch of casual just running around and training like 10 Cyclops. You know, there's something to be said about both. Yes, Momo did have 20,000 gold, or 20,000, 2,000 gold. I think he bought his way to Mythic Age, and now he's trying to grab this town center. See, this is here where Miracleman should not be fighting here. The spot to fight is here. As soon as Miracleman got his town center, should have switched sides on the map and come up here. Because winning this fight, which he's not, but even if he does win this fight, it means nothing. Who cares? This spot on the map is kind of meaningless, though there is a gold mine here, and there aren't very many gold mines left on the map. Oh, yeah, there's one right here. So he should not have been fighting here. As soon as he gets to the town center, just build up some buildings, give him a buffer, and come up here. Now we're even town centers. Momo is coming forward to build. We got 2 fortresses coming up here. And we've got Age 4 Artemis coming up for Momo, and we have an Age 4 nothing at all for Miracleman. And it's not looking good, because now we're going to see an earthquake on this position. And then Miracleman will be down a town center. And it's going to be really hard for him to fight back. Also kind of like pooling units here. Like, I don't know, Miracleman just got stuck in Heroic Age, and now I don't know what he's going to do. I like this villager aggression here on this palace. Really good. Miracleman's like, yeah, he's done. We're going to have Earthquake here. And now he's not going to be able to compete. Yep, that's it. GG. Well done to Momo. But Miracleman really handed him this game. He wrapped that game up and gave it to Miracleman in a very pretty package. And Momo took advantage. Well played to Momo here. Nice job. Good defense early. Miracleman could have played that so much better. Just delayed taking this town center. Fought fights he didn't need to fight. Had to keep replenishing units, and then he's stuck an age behind. Could have been up 3-2 town centers. There was high hunt aggression early. I mean, he pushed the Hades into the base, allowed the Hades to gather elephants from here for no reason while attacking like the temple and the tower. It was really just not well done by the Oranos. As I saw it, this was a map that the Oranos should have won. But he didn't. Well played to Momo. Had an economy here all the way up until... This is a little bit of pseudo. This actually is not real gathering. There's some sort of like food unit canceling that contributed to this sudden increase. So Miracleman ahead all game. Just really bad kill death ratio. Took fights he needn't fight and didn't fight where he should have. But that's all right. Easier to watch and say what should have been done instead of playing and doing it right. Yeah. I mean, his problem, it wasn't really miss micro. It was just poor strategy decisions. He had the opportunity to fight 3-2 town centers, but was way too slow to grab the town center. Then fought a big fight, 130 pop to 130 pop, and we all know Greek wins that fight. And then that took his entire advantage away, and kind of done at that point. What you'll find, and this is what I have come to know as fact, is that the vast majority of games are decided by player decisions, whether one making better ones or one making worse. The map often does not matter. Decisions. General strategy. Game 2. So no more Hades for Momo. I would imagine Miracleman stays as Oranos. And what do we have here? What are our matchups? Oranos versus Zeus. Yep. What I was thinking. So Momo switching over to Zeus, which really plays just as well into Oranos as Hades does. Just a little bit more early aggression. The Zeus can kind of fight back earlier than the Hades. what we see, Momo here, a winner of game number 1. Played really well. And he's up 1-0. Color red. And Miracleman he's blue, and he's Oranos. So Oranos versus Hades. Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to if the citizens were stuck at 99%, because that's an effect of grabbing that third town center too slowly. That's why he couldn't build them. He was at 2 town centers max pop. Could have built the third town center like minutes earlier and didn't. But yeah, that is something too. When you have full army, and if you have Murmillos, which only take 2 population, or Terma, and as you keep losing them, if you're at full pop, the Terma and the Murmillo keep getting pushed out instead of these citizens. So it is something to be careful of if you're an Oranos or an Atlantean player. Let's see this map. I do like the maps that have forward town centers, all of them. And that is something you don't necessarily see in the standard maps, where it's almost always guaranteed that there's a back town center. But here on MegaRandom, where it's MegaRandom, you could have back town centers, front town centers, side town centers, whatever. And both of these are kind of forward, which makes for a little bit more of an aggressive gameplay. Otherwise, the map looks pretty standard. Actually, no, it doesn't. We've got this outside ring of the map that is basically useless. Think of this as it's a frozen waste, except that the outside was generated as grass instead of ice. And then the other change too is that we have gold mines in the middle. So maybe it was a bad analogy, but that's kind of one of the things. So like on the MegaRandom, this outside ring on this map generation can kind of generate as a variety of things. It could be buildable terrain, it could be ice, it could be water and then have fish, or it couldn't be like this at all. But this variation of MegaRandom has this outside ring of map, which could kind of be a few different things. As far as strategy, what do we see here? Well, the Oranos is pretty simple, because the Oranos almost does the same thing every game against every god. Is age up at 430, barracks, counter barracks, get some early pressure, try to push the opponent off of Hunt, and then grab town centers behind it. Now, Miracleman didn't quite do that last game. Wasn't enough Hunt push, wasn't enough town center grabbing, and he lost. The Zeus here kind of has some decisions. You can go with Athena, but it's a little harder to do Athena. So generally you'll find players going with Hermes here, as we see. And the Hermes player will make early centaurs to try to do some raiding while defensive. Kind of do that. Kind of like try to trade Hunt push for Hunt push. Hit the other opponent's Hunt with raiding centaur. And then like build up maybe a little bit of... It can kind of go either way. Sometimes you see players building hoplites. Sometimes you see them doing Hippocon. Sometimes even an early town center. Here, I don't know if the early town center grab really makes sense because it doesn't really protect anything. This Hunt is on the other side of the tree line. There's some Hunt here, but yeah, that's too far away. So I would not grab an early town center if I were Momo. Just make some centaurs. And that's what he's doing. He's getting Sylvan lore. And would try to get that. Generally, you want to get your Odysseus out too. We got the Prometheans again coming in and pounding away at the villagers. We'll probably lose a villager again, same as last game. Really don't like to see this. Yeah, that's a job well done for these 2 little mudmen. Kill the villager, push them off of Hunt. Really, in this situation, as soon as you see the Oranos getting up at 430, you kind of have to have that kind of you know, the alarm in your head is like, yeah, fall back, fall back. So he falls back. Nice job by him though. What he did here was, oh, I forgot to turn my scroll speed down. I'm sorry. I know it gets a little bit dizzying. Um, but what he did here is he grabbed some forward hunt first and then saved his base hunt so that he can still hunt even though he's pushed off of hunt. It's very important to do. If you're an average player looking to get better, that's something that you can try to do as long as you can still age up decently. Is save your base hunt if you can. Get some forward hunt first. See, the Terma here are really scared of these raiding centaurs. You even have this Murmillo's kind of off up here. And the centaur will probably come in on this hunt pack here and just interfere a little bit. We're not going to see a citizen kill. They'll just run away. We have a scout just scouting the edge, finding that there is just this wide expanse of nothingness. Insane! Hello, a fellow TOAO. Good to have you on board. We're streaming a tournament match that happened about 2 days ago, maybe. 2 of the recorded games. Me and a nice cozy group of Age of Mythology fanatics. One thing I would like to see from Momo is just wall this and wall this, because there's kind of easy rain for these units to come in. Just need to be careful. He's kind of yeah. You don't want to run in that far. This is like a run in and run out, and I'll leave a Murmillo or 2 behind, and that's not good. 2 units lost for literally nothing. And Miracleman is kind of looking out of sorts here. He's got 2 heroes, Murmillo, to defend, but they're way over here. Villagers are here. Grabbing a town center. This is bold. Should get a manor here, because if 2 centaurs come wandering this way, there's the manor. Centaurs in on, oh, yep. So you can't dodge the centaur special attack, asterisk. The way you can is if once they get shot, you garrison afterwards. So it's kind of nice to do that and waste the centaur special, but they run away anyway. The Greek here, I mean, what do you do? You're stuck in your base. Can't go out. You don't really know if the Atlantean is grabbing a town center yet. If he knew that, he could maybe come forward. There's a bolt on the defending Murmillo. Would like to see Miracleman put maybe another manor right next to the wood line here. A lot of cows. He won the cattle war by just a little bit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to more than 8. That's 9 plus they already killed a few. He's gonna get this town center. Nice to use Valor. Always build with a heroed citizen. They build faster than a normal citizen. And also a little bit stronger, so they can kind of withstand the raiding centaurs. And we have these units coming forward. A little bit of a raid on this wood line. Oh, there's a hole in the wood line. Not a big deal. But these are some rough trees too, actually. The way the tree, at least this tree line spawned. How much faster they build? I'm not really sure. We saw Shockwave to kill a centaur. I'm thinking it's maybe... For some reason, like the number 11% comes to mind. I could look it up after. I'm not sure. But it's a decent amount. What relics do we have? Dwarven Calibers. Siege is cheaper. Villagers kill animals in 1 shot. Useless. Golden Lions. 2 lions that are kind of free scouts. You know, this is kind of a sleeper relic that's a little bit better than what people think. Well, right. If you mean as Gaia, there's kind of 2 lines of thought behind it, because Gaia gets stuck at 25 citizens as far as booming. And the cost to upgrade citizens is really not worth it. You might as well just try to get some earlier traded caravans out, because they're more pop effective for Gaia. As far as building late game, I actually don't really know if the math makes sense to build with heroed villagers late game, because yeah, they take an extra pop space, so I really don't think it's worth it. I mean, if you convert 3 villagers into heroes, you're costing yourself a citizen. So it's probably better just to send 4 citizens forward. That's my thought without looking at the math. No pickaxe. Is that hunt? I'd like to see like these citizens move to the hunt. As we see a fight here in the corner of the map. It's like the most meaningless area of the whole map to fight. But we did have just a very brief little collision as then the units separated with the Murmillo chasing the uncatchable centaurs. This is a nice map for the centaurs because it's just so wide open on the outside. There's just nothing going on out here, which just gives free reign for the centaurs to just run around and kind of all of a sudden pop up and show up. A little bit worried for Miracleman here, who he's got army kind of moving around all over the place, but they aren't doing anything. And now we've got a nice pack of units here from Momo showing up on the hunt. You can see he's behind in total population, but because of the way the centaurs, losing 3 at once. That's not good. But what I'm saying is, with the way that Momo has kind of split his army, he's kind of got an advantage here despite having a total army disadvantage. Nice little raid here on the villagers, but won't kill them all. But he being Miracleman, he needs to collapse on this position before he loses 3 citizens who are just trying to kind of distract. Do we have a shockwave available? We don't. So we might see a couple citizen kills on the way out here, which maybe shouldn't have happened. We'll probably see 3 if these Hippocon weren't attacking Terma. Oh yeah, we're gonna see 3. These guys are coming around to finish it off, and that's well done for Momo, who's behind a town center, but now just essentially killed the equivalent of 9 villagers just like that. And now Miracleman is taking a very bad fight here and needs to get out. You know, in this situation, I would like to see some Catapeltes instead of Murmillo. Catapeltes are the rarely seen other infantry unit that Atlanteans have that get a huge bonus against cavalry. Nice to get on that centaur there. Like I can almost just see you making just 2 counter barracks instead of a barracks counter barracks here, because the hero Catapeltes do just about as well against centaurs as Murmillo do. The only thing is you lose kind of that attack against the heroes, because you almost need Murmillos to plunk down like Odysseus. But I'm worried here again for Miracleman, who has grabbed his 3rd town center, but couldn't quite afford to do so yet. A nice little raid on the villagers. Just pull away. You don't want to lose these units too. Get out. Get out. They both die like literally at the same time. But here comes some more. Like, if you know you got more coming, maybe he's doing this to like lull Momo into like a false sense of security. Like, yeah, you just killed these 3 units and you're safe. And now here come the big boys to come in and ceasefire gets used. I'm not sure if I really mind that ceasefire in reality. Because Momo is trying to just grab his town center, gather food, and age up all at the same time. In which case, the ceasefire buys him all that time that he needs. And in reality, if he grabs his town center and ages up before Miracleman here, he likely wins. So why not use the ceasefire in this situation? So I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. We'll probably have to fall back after this. And that's alright. Yeah, the villagers come back. But this gives him the protection that he needs. He being Momo. See some walls coming in here. And, oh, just manually converted 3 Murmillos. They are a little bit cheaper for him. Shockwave comes up. Murmillo hero on this one. There we go. Get the other ones down here. But with the villagers here, you just run your Terma. Yeah, it worked out well. So you really, once the villagers get on the Terma, you kind of don't want to fight anymore. Expensive to convert heroes to convert units to heroes as Atlantean, but I mean you got to do what you got to do. And with a severe lack of micro on these centaurs, they all just died when they probably shouldn't have. Just kind of standing here and just tanking blows from the hero Murmillo. And all of a sudden this ceasefire, which looked all right, kind of just disintegrated. Maybe it wasn't so good after all, or maybe Momo just shouldn't have fought this fight here for no real reason when he's got Dionysius coming up in a matter of seconds. I mean, it would have been nice to have an army to cast Bronze on, and now he doesn't anymore. And this is where you just kind of got to be cognizant of like what's going on. Like, why fight this fight here? There's nothing to fight over. So fall back to your town center. Maybe, you know, get a little extra defense. But that fight really turned it around suddenly for Miracleman, who's behind in age. But now Momo's up at age 3 without an army, having to transition to farms and doing so at probably the town center he should not do it at. Because, oh no, not Bob. Bob the Hydra is fighting his best, but couldn't hold it. Yeah, I'm a little worried because at this point now, our Oranos could probably just flood units nonstop to this town center and keep all of these units idle. Nice job killing the granary. Do we have any military upgrades? Yeah, medium. Infantry, eco upgrades, they are all just okay. And yeah, decent for the Atlantean. Nice little gold mine here with the gate. I like that. Always wall. Always wall. In the end, can't quite hold up the pressure. This macro is a little bit goofy. Miracleman's got 2,000 wood in the bank. I don't know what he's planning on doing with that. Because he's already switched over to farms, so I guess he might just sell it. Do some buildings. I would like to see, you know, a little bit of forward buildings here, there, and everywhere. Trying to run down, and oh, he's going to come down on this gold mine. This is a good gold mine raid here. Because this is where having the advantage on aggression is so important. As long as you don't just fight in the same spot over and over. Because theoretically, Miracle could just keep flooding here and ignore the rest of the map. But because he has the advantage here, he can send 10 units and just cause so much more mayhem down on the other side of the map. And this is really important. And it looks like Miracleman is going to be the one that's going to be able to just hop ages. Maybe not. This is the downside of raiding when you don't pay attention, is you lose a lot of units to villagers, and it kind of can put a cramp in your style. But now Miracleman's very considerably ahead. And I'd say it's kind of all based on the fact that Momo took a big fight here. He didn't need to fight. He could have fallen back, cast bronze, not had to replenish his entire army, and now he's stuck. He's hard stuck in heroic age. And our Atlantean is age 4. He gained 50%, so in 45 more seconds we'll see a Tartarian gate getting thrown down somewhere. I mean, you could throw it here and make all these villagers go idle. You could throw it here, I mean, there's really no bad place to cast Tartarian gate right now. You do it on every single town center. And auto queue. Maybe transition to a little bit of Arcus here instead of the Terma that are still kind of getting on the map, but it doesn't really matter. In this map, Miracleman is just so far ahead. Alright, where does... Tartarian gets used and Momo resigns. So this is like kind of the complete opposite of the first game in a way, where Momo was in a good position and then he wasn't in a winning position because it was a little bit, he looked to be in a little bit better position than he really was because he had not yet transitioned to farms and Miracleman already had. So it was pretty close, pretty even when this big fight occurred. But yeah, taking a huge fight here when you could just fall back to your town center here or down to here, and then wait and cast bronze and then defend and then maybe be able to match age up time. But well done by Miracleman, who I thought was maybe with this raid on these gold mines, the gold miners here, I thought that maybe might have put him out. But he stuck with it, had some nice pressure. And 2 short games, but both these games, I mean, 20 minutes isn't super short, I guess. Yeah, the economy difference here, just pretty considerable. But really, both these games can show where you can be playing pretty decent, pretty solid, and then just one real bad strategical blunder just is just like a grenade going off. It just... your game just explodes. It's over. You shrapnel everywhere. Your economy is in ruin. Your army's in ruin, and you're screwed. It's 1-1 right now. We're gonna go to the overlay real quick here while I close the game out. Or I'm gonna slow down the scroll speed so it's not quite as jarring for observers. And reload the game here real quick. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. YouTube, Twitch, TOAO Insane. Long time TOAO member. If you don't know, the one and only clan. That's what I've been in since 2001. Originally playing Age of Empires 2. Here we are, 21 years later, and I'm here, and Mr. Insane is here. Sometimes Ryfeng is around. I play AOM with. He's been around just as long. Age of Mythology is the game you just can't get away from. Oh yeah, Benji, still more matches to see. Oh yeah, we are tied 1-1 here. I just did a real brief intermission. We are 1-1 right now in a best of 5. No more Oranos for Miracleman. No more Hades for Momo. No, I don't make mercs. I make fewer mercs now than I did actually back then, which I never made very many, because mercs used to be so busted. Nowadays, with patch changes, they're kind of half busted, but not as bad. But I just, over time, I've grown not to use them, and now I just don't use them anymore. Never gonna do a remastered AOM. Oh man, you ask us some dangerous questions there. Dangerous questions. People have been floating rumors about AOM Definitive Edition for like the last 3 years. I think it's coming. It's just not it's not coming as soon as people think. Probably 2 years from now is my guess. Maybe next year if we're really lucky, but not this year. You can't compete with Age of Empires 4. They're not going to fight themselves. Game 3. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Miracleman obviously can't be Oranos anymore. Switching to Kronos. On the bottom of the map, still blue. I like that these players are keeping the same colors. This makes it a lot easier for me. Ah, look at this scroll speed too. I can even do it with the arrow keys. When my 7-year-old son plays, he scrolls with the arrow keys. I like it. But anyway, our player on the top is Momo, who is Zeus again. Double non-hunt spawn in the base. Chicken and berry. So kind of like Alpine in a way. And then here's our hunt. Over here to the left. At least one hunt pack. It's 2 giraffe, maybe more. I don't like showing the entire map. I kind of like watching, seeing it get revealed as the players see it. Because then I can kind of, more accurately see what the opponent, what the players are doing and kind of see why they're doing what they're doing. Ooh. There's a potential here that Miracleman will be doing a 3:30 Kronos rush. If this villager is going to food, we are seeing the 3:30 Kronos rush. Nope, he's going to wood. I'm disappointed. Oh no. He is. Because he gathered you need to gather 5 wood if you're doing the 3:30 Kronos rush. He gathered his 5 wood. So that's what we've got here. And what do I mean by the 3:30 Kronos rush? Well, that means that's about the time when the Kronos will be aging up to the classical age, 3:30. So at about 2:30, he'll be clicking that age 2 button, which does require a little bit of idle town center time. There is some question to be made as far as is it worth it for the citizens to travel all the way up here to get this hunt, which gathers a little faster. Could he maybe age up faster eating off the cows? Maybe. Let other people do the math. So what we need to see here from the Kronos is the ability to time shift a temple. Is it 4 minute without it? Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's 4 minutes without it. Yeah. Even though I've played this game for off and on 20 years now, I'm still wrong half the time. You have to gather 5 wood to get the 4 minute advance, which is better overall. He needs to time shift his temple though, like down here, before he loses another oracle line of sight. Well, I play a little bit of Kronos. I just don't usually do the 4 minute Kronos. I'm almost always 3 minute, which I should know I don't have to gather wood for it, because you have 20 extra. Because you don't need to make that citizen. Okay, here it is. So, Kronos Rush. A little bit delayed. It needs to build. Where's his oracle? Is he going to train 2 oracles? He lost a lot of villager HP to the scout. So train 2 oracles. Get focus. Focus is a very important upgrade now. It used to be completely useless in the old days, but now it makes oracles move faster, do more damage. It basically turns them into a Murmillo. Maybe even a little better. Does he know he being Miracleman? Does he know this hunt is here? He does. Alright. The timing here is kind of crucial. When do you deconstruct the temple? He needs to go on the hunt, though. The goal here is not the gold right away. You push on the hunt. I do like the timing here where he delayed the temple deconstruct. But yeah, he's got to get on the hunt. I mean, I guess pushing off of gold is okay, but the problem, though, is that Momo can build 2 heroes and get his gold mine back. We're gathering gold over here. But still, I would like to have seen the push off of hunt. Then they go, oh, he forgot to build his temple. That's disastrous. He could have built it in the time that it took, but he did not, and now he's not getting his free Minotaur, and this is shaky response here from Zeus. Really wasn't much of a need, I don't think, to get on this gold mine. Train your 2 heroes. You have enough gold in the bank to make the units that you need to likely retake your gold mine. It's not over. This Kronos, kind of early Kronos push is a bit of a glass cannon, where as soon as you repel it, it's like just disintegrates. The question is, can he repel it? Without the Minotaur though, that's rough. But yeah, these two heroes just do so much right away. And now Miracle's gonna come up here and realize, why did I not get on this hunt sooner? Trying to go to this gold mine. Does Miracle know? Oh, he just saw barely the storehouse. Doesn't know the gold mines there, but saw the storehouse. And knows the villagers are running up. But yeah, these two heroes are just so strong. I mean, this is almost a winning fight for their the Greek here. It won't be. Oh, restoration used. I question whether or not Miracle might maybe have had to have retreated anyway. Probably not. I mean, it seems stupid to use it on 5 units, but you can't lose this fight. So I can get behind that. This is where you would have loved to have had the Minotaur still. But in the end, though, I think maybe this the lack of push on the hunt might cost Miracleman, because he could have sent these in. Is it worth it going Catapulte? Yes. It is, as long as you can micro. Not trying to pick up this. What is the relic? The nose of the Sphinx makes building stronger. Yeah, I would make a couple Catapultes here. You can't make Mermillo because you don't have barracks. I would make Catapultes. Where's the boar spawn? Like, Miracleman should be on hunt here. There's no reason to be on berries or chicken, I guess. This too is the difference between Oranos and Kronos, is the rating is just not there for Kronos. The lack of speed in the Terma is so awful. And like as soon as a Hippocon or two show up, the Terma just can't escape and they'll slowly get punched away. But yeah, so far some rough target acquisition here by Miracleman. Always value the food. Always value the food. Because in all reality, what Miracleman could have done is come up here, show up on the hunt, force the villagers back, and then come to the gold mine anyway. Would have been all the same. Trying to get this. Okay, he does get it shifted. Well, there is an opening here. He knows that all the units are down on the left. There is an opening to come up on the villagers up here. And Miracleman is taking advantage of that. And he does get spotted by the granary. So likely no villager kills. Maybe one. Maybe none. I mean, you can't kill if you don't attack. And instead gets himself in a really poor army position here, where he's going to lose units on the way out. The villagers know they're good to go now that the boys from the military are around. Trying to grab a town. This is risky. I enjoyed the luring away of the Hippocon with the Catapultes. Here comes a Catapultes. That was an Oracle, by the way. Here comes a Catapultes. I wanted to see a Catapultes, and one showed up. Time shift buildings to path block these Hippocon. It's such an underused aspect of Kronos, is time shifting to path block. You can get a lot of unit captures with that. The problem is most players who play Oranos actually play Kronos actually main Oranos, so they don't think of that. But yeah, if you would have time shifted like a counter barracks right here, would have likely ended up killing 2 Hippocon, maybe even all 4. And it's just, I mean, that's at the cost of 4 wood, or 5 wood actually. Oh, this is close. Get it. Okay. All right. Also the same thing, time shifting manners to always be next to your villagers. So this manor here should be time shifted right on top of the vills to give them peace and solitude as they gather. We have Momo switching over to farming already and eating all of his cows. We have Miracleman still hunting, but in a way they're kind of just opposite land because Miracleman has already eaten all of his in-base food, and Momo is just now getting to the cows and still is on a little bit of the hunt. Miracleman has the army advantage now. Probably doesn't know it, but he can come forward and win this fight. But yeah, he does not realize his position. A very early armory. You can even time shift farms too. I think he's a little worried about the town center being grabbed, so he was coming over there to check it. And instead now is a little bit distracted. Okay, don't fight with this army. Get back. Send this army in on the hunt. Oh. I mean, Momo shouldn't take this fight. If he does, he's not paying attention. Well, I mean, if you got all these Prometheans chasing after the one Hippocon, this is really inefficient. If you're Momo, or if you're a Miracleman, but it's working out anyway. And yeah, I don't know why Momo's taking this fight. He was clearly outmatched, and now is losing some Hippocon down in the bottom. Odysseus, though, just lives so long. The problem is he's just one hero against, what was there, like 5 Prometheans? And these little Prometheans just will clean up, and now Odysseus is kind of almost left on his lonesome. And that was a good fight by Miracleman here. And again, just kind of a pointless fight that Momo need not have taken. If he would not have fought that, he would not be pumping gold into his army he has to remake, and he would be aging up right now. It might have just completely cost Momo the game if Miracleman were to pressure. He could get on this gold mine, and that would be really bad for Momo. But Miracleman is he's at 130 to 90 pop. Oh, man. He's so worried about this stupid town center that he doesn't have line of sight of. And so he's sending his entire army over here. And has now realized that he went over here for no reason at all. Just time shift a building onto this. Your Kronos, don't forget that. He doesn't know he has time shift. So frustrating sometimes to see the Oranos mains playing Kronos. Because like they have the fundamentals down as far as Atlantean, just don't use time shift at all. And that was an opportunity wasted for Miracleman, because he could have sat on this gold mine. And instead, Momo had time to get almost full pop. The problem is, though, now Momo's a little too far forward. He's trying to stop this town center, but he's behind an army. And now we have a chaos that gets used. Would like to save the chaos for a myth unit, but oh, see, this is again time shift the building right here. Stop them all, but I mean, it's still a huge cleanup from this army that went forward really optimistically, and now going home very, very, very sadly. Gotta tell everybody back home that they left a lot of friends behind, and they're leaving even more. This is like the slowest retreat ever. Despite losing all those units, Momo is back at full pop, but he's also stuck again in, oh no, he aged up behind that. I thought he did. Miracleman's trying to fight just long enough to guarantee this town center goes up. This is where I would have liked to have seen the Chaos get saved for when the Manticore showed up. Because these myth units are really tough to get. We can see these three Hero Terma are trying their darndest. But, oh, this one has 1 hit point. There we go. Imagine there's a building here. Like, you shift over a barracks. And then you see these units show up, just start queuing out some Murmillo. It's really annoying. Does Miracleman not have eco upgrades? Not too many. Okay, so what Miracleman needs to do here? Wall, 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 wall. Sit here. Too defensive. Like he could, I mean, he is up Helios. I did miss that. So now you just you vortex here. Oh, vortex here. All right. Because we have the underworld that was used to maybe prevent the aggressive vortex. If Odysseus goes down, that's really bad news. It's bad news. This is a really bad news. I missed that Miracleman was aging up, which made this defensive maneuver not nearly as bad as I was thinking. Because now what you do is you clear up this. Now you just vortex back here. Actually, what you can do is move to this town center, kill this town center, and then vortex. And Momo won't be able to do anything about it. Helios is such a good god. So good. Does not get the love it deserves. It's so good for Kronos because of the cheaper and stronger myth units, cheaper and faster myth units, which makes these Hika Gigantes even better. But even Oranos should really probably be going Helios more often than what he is. So the Hika Gigantes, a hidden buff, not really a buff, it's the way they are, is that they do twice the damage shown. So 25 hack, 30 crush. Multiply that by 2. And it's done on purpose. I'm pretty sure it's just because the Gigantes has 2 sets of arms. I'm thinking that's what Ensemble Studios was feeling back when they decided to do that. Because you don't see it in the files anywhere. It's just you're supposed to know, I guess. Oh, he's sending these. Yep, here comes the vortex. Oh, it's gonna be so rough because now this army will just be completely out of position. And then the best part is, by the time the army shows up here, because Vortex has like a 1-minute cooldown, you can just Vortex out of here. And like, I mean, Vortex wherever you want. You know, pick your poison. This town center is gonna go down. I love Kronos. Kronos, the early mythic shenanigans that you can do based off of the early game pressure, it's so fun. It's so cool to see. And yeah, just town center go down. All of a sudden, Momo said, one town center. He's trying to age up Mythic. He'll actually lose this fight. And there's no way back. I mean, no way back here. I mean, we could have, he could get access to 5 lightning storms and he would still lose at this point. Villagers just get picked off everywhere. Right up here, right here. His farming economy was looking real great until the vortex showed up. Can't even afford a town center. I guess he could. If he really wanted to. And that's it. GG. Well played. Well played to Miracleman. A few things to nitpick on. In the end, though, just the early pressure just does a little bit more than it always looks, just as long as you don't suicide in. I thought he was maybe in a little bit of trouble, kind of mid-game there, but then Momo took this really bad fight, lost a whole lot of units. Actually, he kind of took 2 bad fights back to back. He lost this one, replenished, and came all the way down here and lost another fight. The fight that he need not have taken. And so far, per my analysis, each game here has kind of gone the same, where pretty close up until one of the players just takes a fight that they need not take, lose it, and then they're just so far behind. We can see not terribly behind in economy for the Greek player here. It's all right, given the early pressure. But what hurts is the kill-death ratio. Greek should not be behind the Atlantean in a kill-death ratio. And early town, the town centers both grabbed about the same time. And yeah, it's just those 2 big fights. You can see fight number 1 here. This was the big fight right outside the town center, which this was okay. Because we still saw Red lost a lot of units here too. That doesn't quite get shown. And then the underworld fight was a bit of a disaster. All right, so I like to see Miracleman win because he beat me. So it would mean a lot to me for a player that I lost to go very far in the tournament, because it'd make me feel better about myself. We move on to game 4. So Miracleman, the one downside that he's got is, I think outside of Atlantean, he doesn't have a whole lot of gods to play at a high level. So he's going to be going Gaia into Zeus, and that is not a good matchup for the Gaia. We do have a map with fish, though. That helps the Gaia a lot. Gaia needs a fish map. Cheaper fishing ships, gets the free, the better gathering wood rate from the trees. Really good for Gaia to get a fish map. It looks like we are, okay, I cheated here and looked at the map. We are looking at basically a Midgard. Here. This is very good for the Gaia. Because Gaia can't compete against the initial 2 heroes and the myth unit that comes out, whether it be Centaur or a Minotaur. Really, probably the best way to kill a Gaia Zeus is just to go up with Athena. Just to go real hard at the gold mine, because Gaia has nothing to kill Jason and Odysseus early on. And then the Minotaur shows up, and if the Gaia wants to make a hero, well, guess what? The first one gets bolted, and the second one just gets pummeled by Odysseus and Jason, and then the third one dies too, and now you don't have access to gold anymore. We could still see an Athena rush here. It's just the water gives Gaia an edge, because then the Gaia can make more Murmillo. Wow, we got a cattle fight here. And this could be important here. It should bring the other Oracle over to fight over these cows. So far, the scout is winning the fight because of his excessive line of sight as compared to the oracle. So the scout will grab all of the cows as they leave the oracle's line of sight. Oh, no, now we're getting them back. Whoa. A lot of cows. Because, yeah, your other fear as the Gaia playing against Zeus is that you can't hunt. Because you can't hold the hunt against the two initial heroes and the myth unit. So a map that is water is very good for Gaia, because now the Gaia can just peacefully get all of the fish from water, or all of his food from water, and thereby afford Murmillo and keep villager production. And then also on this map has a whole herd of cattle to eat. A lot of boar down here. Doesn't really matter. So this makes the matchup a lot closer than it would normally be. Does want to be very careful with this gold mine. You kind of would likely end up just closing off this entire position with another tree, and maybe even put one here, just to make sure, because you can still get Athena pushed here, especially because, yeah, the fish helps you as the Gaia. It also results in a whole lot of hoplites. Leto. I would rather see Oceanus here, because Carnivora on the water will win you a boat fight 3 times in a row. And then Oceanus also has a really nice technology for Murmillo, Bite of the Shark, which also improves Fanatics. It also makes Hero Murmillos do more damage to myth units. And that will be very helpful if we see any sort of late game like Colossus spam. The Hero Murmillo do so much more damage. I think it's plus 150% damage Bite of the Shark gives Hero Murmillos. But we're not going to see it. Tree line is to protect the town center, I guess. I don't know. I would prefer to see another dock down on the bottom of the map, or maybe on the top. You know, you always like to scout with one fishing ship and see where all the fish are. Is getting per sign already? Look like. Yep. So yeah, the other thing the guy can do here too is just really build up economy upgrades. And are we gonna see boat aggression from the Zeus player? We saw a Byrene come out. I would think if you're Zeus here, just make a few boats, but make an early military academy to get hoplites out. Don't really want to send your Minotaur forward by himself? I feel like Miracle, yeah, he's completely blind for what Momo's doing. Like, a theoretical hoplite Athena push would be deadly right now. Here comes the military barracks, the Minotaur coming forward just to see what's going on. Probably attack the villager that's building this. The scout could maybe have blocked a little bit better. This villager might die, which would be really dumb. Oh, the scout might have just saved the villager. It did. The scout jumping in front of the Minotaur saved that villager. And now this Minotaur is going to die with no value. This is not how you want to use your free Minotaur. This is not good at all. Why would you do this with your free Minotaur. Like, in tournament games, the stress is always a little bit higher. Easy to panic. Make mistakes you maybe wouldn't normally make. This sending your Minotaur forward and just losing him just like that. The scout blocking the Minotaur from killing a villager. Just some mistakes that probably would likely not make normally. Got the automaton marching forward like a goon. He walks so stupid. Look at him. Momo looks like he wants to go heroic age, but he doesn't have the gold. Got a lot of food. Even though he doesn't have the gold, he's going to be making Hippocon. I don't understand this. Like a really nice fish boom here, but you kind of got to follow it up with something. I mean, the fish boom is great, but if you aren't using it, well, what's the point? He's got 1,100 food in the bank, but it's giving him nothing. Like if you would have aged up with Dionysius here, I could get behind that. Oh, another thing to point out on this map is the wood lines are really crappy. So like this fight on this wood line here, you could see your base getting wood blocked. Because yeah, the wood lines are a little bit far away. Who has to go all the way back here? Like Momo, I feel like is kind of caught like in the middle of like wanting to do 3 different strategies. It was like he wanted to do a fast heroic to get some skilla, and then ended up changing his mind when he saw the military buildings come out. And now he's kind of stuck in a position where he has 1,200 food but can't do anything with it. So I'm a little worried about him. A little worried about our friend from Turkey. Because Miracleman's at full pop, because he's used all his economy. I mean, look at Miracleman. Other than a little extra wood, he's doing fine. Momo has food for days, but isn't using it. What's this relic? Food cost. He's even got cheaper villagers. Yeah, make some Minotaur. You got the favor. Yeah, pound away. Get these Vermillo committing suicide. There we go. Throwing their lives away right next to the fight here. Okay, yeah, here comes some bioreams. Finally getting some raids in. Because yeah, all of the triremes are down on the bottom. So the bioreams with their extra speed can slide around to the top for some idle time. We've got a town center grab by Miracleman, who's in a good spot right now in this game 4. Probably has a lot of eco upgrades too. Yeah, this is the other benefit of Gaia on water now. You get all the resources you need to get your eco upgrades. Would like to see him getting the wood upgrades as well. But yeah, he's already got the last gold mine upgrade. And is now out of gold in his base. Will come forward here. Should be able to hold it. Kind of useless now in the end. Spider webs here and maybe even here. But, you know, he was afraid of the Athena rush, so it was good to do that. And winning the boat fight on the bottom because most of the triremes have come to the top. Oh, run these guys. If you really care at this point, run them away. If you don't care, he does. Just run them away. Yeah, I like the Gaia here. Oh, we are getting the upgraded Minotaur upgrade, or the upgraded Minotaur. We are getting the Minotaur upgrade. He's got all this food, now he's finally using it. Problem is he's popped, so he won't be able to make any Minotaurs right now. Some Hero Murmillo. This watchtower apparently must go. These triremes need to come forward now. Because he's got I mean, Miracleman has just kind of stopped making water boats. Well, no, here comes another one. Never mind me. He's still making them. So now's the time. Oh, spiders. Yeah, I like the spiders. The spider lair is a very good god power. There's a restoration. Would like to see upgraded Hippicon. Oh, walking over more spiders. In the end, does get some value out of them. And there's 4 more up here. You know he's going to try to go up here and attack these gold mine. Hi, FeeCCC. Hello, what's up? We are watching Game 4 of this Best of 5 series. Momo back up against the wall, taking a fight here. The Minotaur will be able to tank for a while, and they're Bull Minotaur. But they're not really attacking right now. They're kind of just running around in circles. And there's not enough units to kill the hero, Mermillo. And again, these Minotaur have just spent so much of this fight just wandering around. 1 Minotaur down. Another shows up, likely to die. And Momo needs to grab a town center. He's just fighting behind and pop. He can't win these fights. We saw a big boat fight here, and Momo lost all his navy. No town centers even coming close. Yeah, need to get some Toxotes. And now he's coming to grab the town center. Yep, this water was so big. So big for Miracleman. I mean, he can afford to make all of these really expensive heroes, too. Still, though, I mean, these Minotaurs just tank so long. So hard to kill. Miracle just needs to age up. Right now, his economy management is really awful. You found the spiders again. Yeah, this is hurting him a little bit. Because if he gets Arcus, he can deal with these Minotaurs a lot better. But right now this getting pushed off of this isn't going to be terrible for him. He's got 1,200 gold in the bank. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can really just turn on these Aurochs and be okay. We do only have 2 Minotaurs left, and one is now dead. And the other is almost dead. But I think this Miracleman's throwing units away. Oh no! The Panic Valor, they're heroizing, and then they're just gonna die not attacking the Myth unit. This has been not good for Miracleman, and a lot of it is just due to his horrendous macro, where I was pointing out that Momo early on had some terrible macro, and now we've got Miracleman doing the same thing. He might have just lost the game just like that by not aging up when he had. I mean, he could have aged up if he would have managed his game better, but I think he lost. He lost because of economy imbalance. So it's just so hard to kill these Bull Minotaur. I mean, 418 or 448 hit points with 60% hack armor. Should have gone up Oceanus. The spiders are nice, but the Bite of the Shark upgrade is so much better. And now Miracleman is kind of gold blocked. Where does he go? Well, he's going to try to go over here, but there is line of sight on that. Not looking good for Miracleman. This game was so his too. It's better eco-management. Age up. You get Stymphalian birds to help kill the Minotaur. You get Arcus to kill all the hoplites and the Minotaur. The villagers. Oh, gotta run. He knows the army is probably coming. Did sneak onto this gold mine. The problem is he just can't age up. Hero Ballista comes out, but it's not the hoplites that are killing you, it's the Toxotes. Does Momo not? Oh, he does know about this town gold mine, but yeah, he's just gonna pummel the town center. Maybe he wants to play a fifth game. Maybe, you know, more fun for everybody. But he's gonna lose his town center and then thereby lose the game. Because he can't kill the Minotaur. I guess there is only one now. Can't kill the hoplite. There are only 3 hoplites left. And just the Minotaur. If he can save this town center, he may be okay. You gotta hurry though. He's just still though. I mean, look at him. He's not aging up. Can't. That was a good little turn of events there, because there were a lot of units thrown away. He's got to send a villager down to repair that thing, though. Like, look at this. He's gathering from the cows when he has 1,500 gold. Momo was like, yeah, I don't care. You're mining gold here, probably. It doesn't matter to me. Uh-oh. Okay, the Mermillo coming up. Just send some villagers on this gold mine. Do it. Come on. Oh. Okay, a little raid on the berries. Does he need? Will he see this though? These villagers here may get away with murder. There we go. But now we have Apollo. And if this town center goes down, there's just how is he going to rebuild it? That is the question. Now, Masons is a really big technology to have here. It does it's not only just the hit points, it is that armor. The increased hack armor, 12%. That is noticeable against a unit like the Hoplite that only does hack damage. Boy, if so close. Like, he needs to send another citizen to repair this thing. But I mean, we keep having units just kind of hoplites coming in, just throwing themselves away against this town center. But I mean, surely we can just underworld a few more, right? Like, surely there's an army somewhere. Oh, getting a market to age up. This town center is just surviving by the skin of its teeth. And Momo, by never checking this gold mine, is giving Miracle a potential way back into this game, who has finally clicked that age 3 upgrade button, which will get him access to a whole lot of more technologies that he would like. Always get signal fires to get more line of sight. He would see this. I don't know why he's hunting this, because he is 1,600 food. But he is. I guess he did lose his water. But man, Momo is allowing Miracle back in. Oh, finally he gets on this gold mine. Finally, after all these days. And that is really going to make things tough for Miracleman, because he's going to have to defend this position and this gold mine, because this one is out. And the bad thing is Momo has an underworld, so he can push this side and the top at the same time. And we also have Lightning Storm coming as well. I would like to see the next building upgrade come up. These fortified town center. We do have a little bit of a gold crisis though for Momo right now. He's at 4 gold and is currently pushed off of gold everywhere except here. But we've got Lightning Storm coming. And Miracleman isn't aging up anytime soon. These villagers. You still can't see them. Alright. This is where you underworld. Underworld onto the gold mine. And then when blue comes to defend, you just use Lightning Storm and the game is over. Alright, he's aged up. Yeah, I always get signal fires too because I'm always floating food as well. Come on, where's the underworld? Were you just gonna attack? Like, okay, yeah, there's 2 ways you do it. You attack this position, underworld up here. Or you just underworld from here to this position. Or you get on here. I mean, you gotta split the map right now if you're red. Fighting one front is the only way. And there's a Lightning Storm. I mean, it keeps the units in, but that's a pretty poor Lightning Storm. Nothing to hit. I know we saw Fortified Town Center coming. There it is. And he's got Architects as well. And we've got to push on this town center. If this attack can be held, Miracleman is in a fantastic spot all of a sudden, and for no reason whatsoever. The Lightning Storm, the utter waste of a Lightning Storm, it just blows my mind. The ignoring of gold mines, the entire map by Momo. Really amazing. And Momo may be in some trouble. Like, he has Underworld left. I mean, save it, use it just to defend. I mean, that's fine. You know, here to here is okay still too. No, see, this is the difference. No building upgrades means this town center goes down so fast. Nothing. And you got 1 destroyer basically keeping up with 10 villagers. And we got the big fight down here still, though. This push might be just barely defended. Well, wouldn't it have been nice for these useless Murmillo to be on the town center here? Because now that we've got Hypaspis out, they will defend. Ooh, we do have a Juggernaut. This town center is in water range, as is this one. And we've got the Carcinos. Do some fishing ship raids. So yeah, the game's not over because it's still Mythic Age Zeus versus Atlantean and stuck in the Classical Age without heavy infantry. And now we have enough Hypaspis here that these destroyers are useless. And we have a almost unkillable Elapolis here. And we still do not have heavy infantry coming. Yeah, don't fight this with your Murmillos. Yeah, the problem now is Miracleman's army is so out of is so on the wrong side of the map now. Because he could hold this, but it looks like, oh, he lost his other villager too. Like he legitimately has no way to kill this Elapolis now. What? Ooh. He's gathering units like he's the hard AI. And oh, the destroyer come back, but there's just the pure infantry against the Hippaspis. This town center, will it go down? I don't think it will. It's just so many units here that are just being wasted by Miracleman. Oh man, I mean he's holding this because there's only one Helipolis. There's just no villagers here to repair these buildings, which is a bit of a problem. But there's no hero. Here comes Odysseus. And yeah, oh man, Miracleman is on this gold mine now. Ooh, feeding the Hippaspis into the palaces and then come back. I like that. Oh no, the Hippaspis are smart enough. But yeah, if the destroyer were to make their way over here, you can wipe these buildings out. But we're about to have a goldless map. 1,600 gold here, 800 gold here, 3,400 gold here. This is the position now. Just Miracleman has to hold this. Where are his villagers to come down and repair? Come on, stop this, stop. Oh, I can't watch this anymore. Oh, this is just gonna get. This is why I don't watch my recorded games, because it's like this only multiplied. Because I have so many more mistakes. But oh man, this is just driving me nuts. This whole game is driving me bonkers. I do like the market snag here. I don't know if I really like this destroyer mass we got going on here, but Momo he's got to have no more gold on the map because he's got about 1,000 here and 400 here, and this is the treasure. The only remaining treasure pit really will be here, and we've got another couple palaces. Got the destroyers coming down here, and now there are no Hippaspis, and it looks like against all odds, the Gaia is going to win this, right? Then the other thing too, for 500 wood, 200 gold, Momo could be pressuring both of these town centers with siege ships. That's actually the biggest blunder of the whole game so far as this town center goes down. I mean, this game has just been a showcase of blunder after blunder. The villagers got to retreat from this gold mine, come down over here. Gaia should get a trade route going. Because with the upgrade that makes citizens move faster also affects caravans. And now we've actually got the old switcheroo. We're going to have a guy coming off of the big gold mine coming to the one that's got 300 gold left. Neither player is harvesting fish at this point because actually at the end of the game, fish is not as good as farming. The Gaia though should probably still have a few on fish because he doesn't have, well no, he does have access to this last farming upgrade. This game is entertaining me. Oh man. Well, what are we gonna do when the gold runs out? Because neither player has a trade route. The Gaia could have a trade route. Doesn't. 180 gold left. 280 gold left. And then 2,400 right here. The controller of this gold mine is really going to benefit in the last few minutes of this game. Both players are at about equal population. We're still running around with these medium Murmillo. Oh, man. I think Miracleman just re-threw this game. Well, this isn't Midgard. This is MegaRandom. This is the MegaRandom tournament. So this isn't Midgard. It just happened to spawn similarly to Midgard. I think Miracleman just lost the game. because he switched map sides to fight over here over a gold mine that had 300, 400 gold left. And then he went down to mine this gold, but surprise, there's no gold down here. The only gold is right here. This is the only gold on the map. He thinks this town center is being grabbed. It's not. Because he doesn't have a trade route. I guess he's got 5 caravans. We finally have some caravans here because we've got Miracleman starting his. How many versions of Land Unknown? There's like 13 main variations, 12 or 13 main variations, but each variation has variations within itself. Like theoretically, this map that we have here is the same as the last map, kind of, except that the outside didn't spawn as just this, wide expanse of land. It spawned as water with fish. The villagers show up down here and can't mine. This game is awesome. I'm gonna stop being annoyed by the throws, and I'm just gonna enjoy it. Because I don't know who's gonna win. We're still fighting Mythic Age to Heroic Age, but it almost looks like it's Heroic Age to Classical Age because Momo doesn't have any Mythic Age upgrades, and Miracleman doesn't have any Heroic Age upgrades. We still have the ability to make some siege juggernauts and kill the town centers, but we aren't seeing that. I would love to see Momo get on this gold mine here and gather some gold. The Manicore is a good choice. I would rather see the Minotaur though. The Minotaur would be better. Ooh, where is? Oh yeah, you don't want to be gathering from this wood mine here. Get out of here. You got a nice safe one right here. Gotta go all the way back in the base. Looks like the trade routes are actually pretty similar. See, the Gaia Heroic Age trade route is the same as a Mythic Age trade route because of channels. These villagers ran up here, but there's nothing for them to do. I guess they could slide over to this wood line. 115 pop to 129, and we're starting to get this town center back up with some Hippaspis to defend. So this town center will go up as the Hippaspis come out. It'll be delayed, but it's going to go up. Yeah, there's not a lot of forest. This is fewer forests than the average map. Which that's another variation of MegaRandom within maps is that the forests can be different sizes, and this is definitely towards the smaller of the size. But yeah, it looks like Momo is pulling away here. He got his trade route going a little bit sooner than the Gaia. And even when it looked like Miracleman had like the position, he had the spot, he had this gold mine, but then he left it to go fight over here and lost this gold mine and ran out of gold, ran out of units because he keeps losing them. Is fighting with Medium Murmillo at the 33-minute mark. And this has been a fun game. A fun game. This is a game that either player at the end could definitely say, yeah, I should have won that. And now it looks like Momo finally, after all this time and missed opportunities, is going to take the game. Because Miracleman's in disarray. Complete disarray. No population. Villagers, a lot of them are idle. Way too late to start his trade route. I mean, you got fish. You could fish and get your trade route going and be good. I mean, Miracleman, he's got 2 trade routes, actually. I'm trying to figure this out. He's got 3 markets. So this one is training to go to where? This is some strange market trades going on here. We're really, really, really confused. Yeah, we've got medium Arcus and medium infantry. I'd like to see Momo get fortified town centers and start trading with this town center instead, because he's only getting. Oh, he doesn't even have his trade upgrade. Wow. He's getting 42 a trip. These are getting 52 and are faster. Well, that explains some things, because I'm like, Momo should be like raking in the gold, but he doesn't have his caravan upgrade. But still, though, the guy is just so far behind. Age back. Why does he want to gather from this wood line? He's got one here. I love this game. This game is so awesome. All right, finally Momo's getting fortified town center. 35 minutes of utter chaos. The Arcus army is finally here to try to deal with all the infantry. Do have the Bull Minotaur coming, and he is really mad. Let's see what he does. He's probably going to toss the Arcus away and then live forever, because Miracleman doesn't have the gold to make any heroes at this present moment. Miracleman is finally at almost full pop. It doesn't look like it, though, because I can't figure out where his army is. Oh, right here. Oh, you've got Fortified Town Center coming up, too. You know, I would like this push a little bit better if there were some Arcus to defend. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, imagine if the Zeus would have got a Phaistos, it would have been gone over so much longer. But, like, three Hippaspis defend this so easily. And now because he had so much population into this destroyer push that wasn't going to work, now he has to retreat, and he had so much pop over here that he's losing this battle. And this is not good. I like the counterattack. It's just because all it takes is a military academy and a few Hippaspis, and all of a sudden it's over. Oh, finally we see the siege ship upgrade. I think Momo has finally realized that, oh wow, I can attack 2 town centers with siege ships. And we are trending to the end of the game. What a game it was! What a game it was! I think you can see some tournament jitters in both of these players here, because this was a really sloppy game on both accounts. But in the end, Momo reigns supreme in game number 3, 4. And we do go to a final game, Game 5. Game 5. Here, let me tell you a secret, Sigma. Hold on. Let's take a look at the post game, then I'll tell you a secret. Economy, what's that say? Pretty far ahead was Miracleman. He just kept fighting with unupgraded or units that weren't upgraded far enough. Wish he would have gone. Wish he would have gone Oceanus. I wish Momo would have gone Hephaestus. In the end, Momo wins. And this game is a perfect game to show you that even the good players can have some really sloppy games. Both players here just made so many mistakes, so many blunders, and that's okay. It's gonna happen. You get a little bit of a more hectic game, and things happen. and, and things did, and it was fun. It was a battle to see who could throw the game the most times, and in the end, Miracleman won. I was for sure he had won that game with those palaces on that gold mine, but no, he didn't. Um, all right, we're gonna go to game 5. I'm gonna tell Sigma a little secret that even though I am a moderator on Voobly, um, I cannot moderate, and I have not been able to moderate for about 3 years now. Um, Somehow they've messed up my user permissions that I cannot even look at the complaint forum to look at people's complaints. And despite me saying this several times, like, hey, I can't see the complaint forum. I can't even handle any complaints because I can't see it. I just get told, well, it looks like your permissions are correct, so you should be able to see the forum. I still can't. So you could send that message to me and someone stealing points on Voobly. Fantastic. I can't do nothing about it. And here we move on. Mikopu, thank you for the stream. And yes, I am saying that. That's exactly what I'm saying. See, I am sloppy. These players are sloppy. I'm just a half step behind these guys. Game 5, probably Poseidon into Gaia here on game 5. Off we go. Yep. Poseidon versus Gaia on a normal land map. Well, normal. MegaRandom. Again, 5th time in the series, no less. And no water. So we are looking at our red player who is still Greek and is still Momo. So Greek all the way through. Here, and that's what we got. Greek versus Atlantean all the way through, but nice to see different gods, you know, because Kronos plays wildly different than Oranos, and Gaia plays different than both. So that's pretty cool. I would say the Greeks tend to play a little bit more similarly, in regards to just overall gameplay. But there's some differences, of course. As a player who's kind of dandied Gaia a little bit, I don't mind her into Poseidon. Gaia can be alright against Poseidon. Still a little rough early on against the initial 2 heroes and myth unit. So we'll likely have a hard time holding on to this hunt. But Gaia Catapultes, assuming you go up with Oceanus and you can get the Catapultus upgrade, really shred Hippicons. Or you can go up Leto, and with good placement of your spider layer, you can snatch 4 Hippicon, and that's really bad as the Greek player. So Gaia has some options here. Automaton are pretty decent as well, just as long as you don't lose them all in an early fight. He's going to do some garrison micro. Oh, missed it. Try to get on these Aurochs. And hello, Mikopu. Glad you find your way. Probably mispronounced your name, but that's okay. It's a very casual, slow night of casting, and this series has delivered. I was hoping it would be a nice, close series with some interesting games, and so far it has been. I will say that of the 16 players that went into the final round, you would likely look at this matchup between Miracleman and Momo and say, well, this is probably the least skilled of the 8 matchups overall. Nothing against the players. But this is a series where you could look at it and say, yeah, shoot, anything could happen. And it might be kind of sloppy. And so far, it has been a little bit sloppy. But again, that's okay. So the question, why does the aggressive hunt sometimes run away? The problem is that the villager was outside of the wander radius. So these aurochs would have a center spawn point, probably about here, given how they've wandered away. And from this center spawn point, they have a specific range that they can run out of. So if this one aurochs was originally over here towards the edge of the range, if the citizen over here is now outside of the range, the unit runs away. And that's why that happens. It's not random. It is because the units are outside of the wander radius. Yes, all the top players are playing that we have now, currently in the Voobly community. I mean, not all, but yes, this was a tournament that had a lot of a lot of good players. And here comes that early hero harass that is so deadly for Gaia. Really should not turn and fight this. This is basically the equivalent of 9 villagers just sitting around doing diddly squat. What you do here is almost just put up a wall. And he's running away. See, if I'm the Gaia here, what you could actually counter this by is by keeping an oracle up here. And you can just manually heroize the oracle. And then he can fight back enough against Theseus that you could likely stay on this without getting bothered. And yes, lure does give Hunt a new center point, so it basically is right on top of the lure. Okay, military barracks here. We need to see the spiders getting used. This spot right here, because you're gonna get some Hippocon coming in. Okay. This extreme defensive walls here kind of baffle me, as does this 5-minute and 15-second advance by Momo. And now he's getting a villager killed by 2. It's like he doesn't even know this is happening. This is just awful. Great if you're Miracleman. Really nice. He's grabbing a town center. This is not how you play against Gaia. Bring around the settlement here. This is not good. If I'm Momo. Well, this explains his extremely defensive play. But yeah, this isn't. You just attack. Because Gaia can't hold against the initial push on the gold mine or on any sort of forward hunt. Push forward with your 2 heroes. Your myth unit followed up with army. And Gaia gets pushed off of hunt. Instead, falling back to a town center. He's got some pigs. Which has, I guess, a decent. They all got almost 200 food. But I'm not sure about. I don't know about this. Because at this point, as the Poseidon, you're probably trying to get all the way up to Mythic Age on just 2 town centers. I mean, he's giving up 3 elephants by doing this. Aurochs. There's got to be some over here, Aurochs or something. Here's 3 elephants. This. It's a strategy. And a decision was made. So he's got to stay with it now. Not the end of the game, of course, as we've seen so far in this series. I mean, the games have gone back and forth. It seems like when one player gives the other an opening, the other player decides to be very generous and give the opening back. Right now, seeing watchtowers and villagers and all that shabazz, or what villager? What do you see? Villagers, watchtowers, walls, and all that. At this point, if I'm the Gaia, I don't even bother. Don't bother to attack at all. Just grab the town center. Defend your hunt. Actually, defend this hunt now because this is this is every hunter's dream right here. So the largest hunt pack you can get. technically speaking. And the cavalry are fast enough as long as they keep running. Oh, the scout gets pulled in. Okay, so we got a power grab on this center of the map. Oh, no. Oh, no. This could be really bad. Garrison and then move over. Really nice manor placement here. Okay, he'll get the town center up. Really nice manor placement. All right, you're not gonna kill the centaur here. Oh, this game's so stupid. I love it. Oh man, just run around in circles. Okay, we got a random Pegasus. Power grab on the town center here, which tells me Miracleman's probably gonna try to grab it. A lot of military buildings. Like he's got 4 military buildings right now, but he can't really afford production, of course. Would love to see more automaton. They are a good unit. Kind of eco upgrades we got. We do have husbandry. Nice to see as he's turning on to his pigs. Would love to see him get on these elephant. Momo is already having to hunt or farm at this point, and we'll be able to get a decent heroic age timing. I think Miracleman is anticipating a fight for this gold mine here. Boy, these villagers should so be on these elephants, though. Hunt, then the reason you might ask, well, why? Well, it's because villagers gather so much faster from any hunt unit. Or hunt is such a it's getting late, I can't talk. Hunting is a faster source of food than any other food source in the game. So I don't know why he's not on this 2,400 worth of hunt that's right here. Might even be more than that. I mean, you can tell he's got a huge army advantage. There's no need to be scared. I mean, this is Red's army. Right here. So, there's no reason not to be on it. But he's not. And that's okay. He can come down. He can sit on this town center for quite some time because we have the age 3 Aphrodite coming in. So 1,300 resources just got plopped down on an age up, which means there's no army. I mean, we'll see Curse, which will take probably 6-7 units away here. This town center, this could force out a ceasefire depending on how these heroes do here. And how the curse goes. So 1 automaton down. This other one will go down. And the question is, yeah, this will be defended. Now we got the curse. Just run out. Get 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 out. Run. Okay. And Terma are such a bad unit to turn into a hero too. Like, it's just so awful. And Miracleman is throwing his whole army away. Everybody. I had no problem with the initial attack here. A lot of villagers put idle. That's fine. That was great. But just stayed in there way too long. And now he's again kind of hard stuck in the wrong age. Palita here is plugging away at these automaton with 39 hit points. Automaton are good. You just can't be losing them like this. And again, so much hunt, or like this hunt. There's resources left on the table. Doesn't even have plow. Or irrigation. Or flood control. Yeah, we're legit farming. Without plow. He's getting it now. And he's got all this hunt here and all this hunt here. does not know that these villagers moved over here quite yet. Is coming over to this gold mine, believes this is the only one that matters, and getting pushed off this random forward build that never really accomplished anything. I think Momo's going to win this game. Alright, there's the spider lair because units are going to come retreating down here to help defend, maybe. The villagers do run. Nice little attack on the gold here. You know, I guess in the end, this build isn't terrible because it is keeping Momo busy when he had that army advantage there for a minute. Miracleman with his Oracle is spotting the villagers over here, which have okay upgrades, except they forgot pickaxe. The Terma died. The villager will now die as well. A lot of infantry Murmillo without medium upgrade. As soon as these units show, these villagers need to do some manor hopping and come all the way up to the top. Okay, we got a nice little split. This is a good gold raid here because he's going to get on top of both gold mines at the same time. Now the pacifists here, the 2 units get grabs. We'll do some work. Should be able to defend. Oh, did Miracleman spot these villagers running? Okay, these villagers all went somewhere. They didn't die, did they? I don't see any dead villagers, so they went. So, okay, they're coming over here. Probably to get on this middle gold mine. Now, Red knows that there were some villagers here. He's looking to find where they went, and they went over here. This is a big part of the game. The army up here could come down and defend this, which then means that Momo does lose his little bit of aggression for the time being. Did he not see? He's just acting like he didn't see, but the army's coming back anyway. Okay, yeah, he knows they're here. Trying to get... Oh, no, don't go around this way. Boy, I would love to see the medium Murmillo upgrade. It would do so much. Alright, this will be a good fight for Miracleman here, I think. No? I guess not. Yeah, he's just got so many more units. These villagers. Once this army comes in, the villagers here should be able to defend. So he'll be all right. He also he did not even get the automaton upgrade. It's so good, which means these automaton die so much more quickly. All right, gotta run these village units out. Finally, we got medium Murmillo. We've got a ton of resources in the bank. We've got the Poseidon about to go mythic age as well, which is worrisome if you're Miracleman, who is way behind in score, which is because he's way behind in age right now. But a nice raid on this gold mine here. It's a lot of villagers. This is Red's only mining operation on the map. And, okay, nice to pick off the Nemean Lion. Do we have the mining upgrade yet? Okay, we do have pickaxe. We do just have plow. Oh, man. All the hunt here. Pure Murmillo. How much hack armor? 34% hack armor. That's really good. This lion is annoying the villagers. Red's going to have to come back and defend. You know, he is aging up Artemis, which is going to be a big problem if you're a fan of blue. Trying to grab this town center. Did just age up, getting Watchtower, Gaia Bowsaw. Doesn't have a whole lot of gold to his name. Again, you got... These 4 should come down here on that gold mine. But really nice stoppage of work here on the gold. These villagers are going to have to move here in a sec. So he's not going to be able to hold this position. Trying to age up as well. You can see that Miracleman is attempting to age up. He's starting now to funnel a ton of units to their death now that the pacifists are down here. And Miracleman has to run. He did click up, he caped, but we're gonna have an earthquake here and GG. That's it! Momo defeats Miracleman 3-2. It looked like Momo was down and out several times in the series, and Miracleman had a lot of games slip through his fingers. A lot of games slipped through his fingers. Yeah, that's kind of what I gotta say, Jeff. I mean, again, playing a tournament in the games, you know, I mean, even just a normal game, you don't have the time to think through things. You don't have the time to monitor all your units. You make mistakes. A tournament with just a little bit more of a pressure, it kind of further introduces some mistakes and such. But even so, it's pretty clear this was a pretty sloppy series. But it happens. In the end, both these players got a whole lot further in the tournament than I did. So I can't talk. But in the end, well played to Momo. Anytime you win a tournament series, you did well. You can't get mad at a guy or say he played bad. 'Cause if you win, you won. It doesn't matter how good, bad, or otherwise you played. You win, you won. You lose, you lose. Momo wins the series. Miracle had chances in this game. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. You get map control. You ignore the elephant. You never make walls. There were chances here. This was a game. This was a game. But all right, well that's the series of best of 5. Glad to see it go all the way to 5 games. That's always fun to see a full slate of games coming at us. So that was fun. I enjoy these games. Really enjoy watching recorded games. I've come to the point in my life where when it's at the end of the day and I got 2 kids and they're like parasites, they just suck the energy right out of me. And it's actually to the point where a lot of nights I'd rather watch than play. Just because the energy and the thought, the mind, you got to think, you got to try. It's just a lot of work at the end of a game when you just want to be able to sit there and just watch. Um, but yeah, this is a fun series. I'll be around tomorrow. I'll probably end up playing games tomorrow because I have my own tournament game in 2 days in this MegaRandom tournament. Though I am in the bottom bracket because I did not do so red hot. But yeah, it was a fun series. Thanks for watching, Nemo Noom. Appreciate you and everyone else that joined in as well tonight. I will try to find somebody to send you guys off to. Um, and I hope I don't play to the extent where I am after my series against No Atlantis on Friday, thinking to myself, I should have won that, but I played so sloppy. Um, it'll probably happen. But all right, thanks for watching, everybody. There isn't actually anybody else streaming Age of Mythology at this fine hour, so that's it for tonight. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye.